Imagine you are standing at the gates of the historic Tower of London. Across the street lies Royal Mint Court, a sprawling 5-acre site where, for centuries, the British Empire literally made its money. Now, picture this ancient ground being transformed into a 600,000 square foot high-tech fortress. It wouldn't just be an embassy, it would be China's largest diplomatic mission in the world, a massive super embassy right in the heart of London's financial district. Why is Beijing so determined to plant its flag on this specific plot of land? And why has a local planning dispute turned into a full-blown national security crisis for the United Kingdom? Today, we're peeling back the layers of the Royal Mint Court saga to understand the geopolitical chess match being played over a few acres of London soil. To understand why China wants this, we have to look at their current situation. Right now, Chinese diplomatic operations in London are a mess of logistics. They're scattered across at least 7 different buildings. Their main headquarters at Portland Place is a beautiful 18th century building, but it's cramped, aging, and impossible to secure with modern technology. By moving to Royal Mint Court, China achieves total consolidation. They get to build a massive compound from the ground up, including 225 high-end apartments for staff, a massive cultural exchange center, and most importantly, a centralized communications hub. This isn't just an office upgrade, it's a power move. In the world of diplomacy, physical scale equals perceived power. A mega-embassy says to the world that China is no longer just a guest in London. They are a permanent, immovable pillar of the city's landscape. But what are the hidden benefits for Beijing? Beyond the prestige, it's about control. In a single, fortified compound, the Chinese state can monitor its own staff and visitors with total autonomy. It creates a state within a state. For a country that prioritizes information security and centralized authority, having everyone behind one set of highly controlled walls is the ultimate strategic advantage. It allows for the installation of sophisticated signals intelligence equipment that simply wouldn't fit in a drafty old townhouse in Marylebone. Before we get into the chilling security implications for the UK, let's take a quick second. If you're enjoying this breakdown of how global politics actually works on the ground, please take a moment to follow the show and leave us a review. It really helps us stay independent and keep digging into these stories. Now, let's talk about the impact on the British people, which is where things get truly complicated. On a local level, residents of Tower Hamlets are terrified. They aren't just worried about traffic, they're worried about their privacy. The proposed embassy design includes extensive CCTV and security arrays that would look directly into the windows of neighboring council housing. There is a very real fear among the local community, including many who moved to the UK to escape political or religious persecution, that they will be living under the constant gaze of a foreign superpower. On a national level, the impact is even more profound. Security experts have pointed out a detail that sounds like it's out of a spy novel. The Royal Mint site sits directly above some of the most sensitive fiber optic cables in the world. These cables carry the data that keeps the City of London's financial markets running. Intelligence officials are sounding the alarm that a super embassy with deep underground basements and high-powered roof arrays could serve as a massive listening post, capable of intercepting data or even disrupting financial transactions during a crisis. This has placed the British government in an impossible position. If they block the embassy, they risk a massive diplomatic fallout with their third-largest trading partner. If they allow it, they're essentially handing over a strategic vantage point to a systemic competitor. The battle for Royal Mint Court isn't just about architecture or urban planning, it's a battle over who gets to watch whom in the 21st century. On the global stage, this embassy is a massive symbol of power projection. If Beijing successfully builds Europe's largest diplomatic fortress in the heart of London, it's a clear message to the world. The West's financial capital is open for Chinese influence, even at the cost of security.
For President Xi Jinping, this is a major prestige victory. It signals that despite all the talk of de-risking or decoupling, a key Western power like the UK is still willing to grant China a permanent, immovable foothold right next to its most sensitive infrastructure. But for the UK's closest allies, particularly the Five Eyes intelligence community, the US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, this project is a flashing red light. We're talking about a site that sits directly atop the digital arteries of global finance. If China can tap into those fiber optic cables, it doesn't just threaten London, it threatens the entire global financial network. Washington has been watching this very closely. There are whispers that if this super listening post goes ahead, it could jeopardize the flow of top-secret intelligence between the UK and US. The fear is simple. Why share secrets with London if Beijing is literally sitting on the wires? This creates a massive triangular dilemma for the British government. On one side, you have the economy. China is the UK's third-largest trading partner, and Prime Minister Keir Starmer is under immense pressure to stabilize relations to boost growth. On the other side, you have the security services and the special relationship with the US. Blocking the embassy could lead to a deep freeze in relations with Beijing, while approving it could alienate the Americans and the more hawkish members of the UK's own parliament. Now, let's look at the transnational impact. This isn't just a battle between governments, it's a battle over people. London has become a sanctuary for dissidents from Hong Kong, Tibet, and Xinjiang. For these communities, a mega embassy isn't just a building, it's a shadow. They fear that this massive compound will serve as a hub for transnational repression, a place where the Chinese state can monitor, intimidate, and even reach out to silence those who have fled to British soil. We've already seen flashes of this in Manchester and London before. A mega embassy would provide the resources to do this on an industrial scale. So, to wrap up the geopolitical impact, first, it is a litmus test for UK foreign policy. Is the UK a security-first nation aligned strictly with the US, or is it trying to carve out a middle path as a pragmatic trading hub? Second, it threatens intelligence integrity. The mere existence of the site could force the Five Eyes to rethink how much they trust London's digital security. And third, it represents a new era of diplomatic friction. This isn't just a one-off project, it's a precedent. If this is approved, what does it mean for the next superpower project? Where does the state within a state end? The final decision on Royal Mint Court will tell us more about Britain's place in the New World Order than any speech or treaty ever could. It's a choice between a gift to a rising superpower and the trust of an old ally.